Governor Jay Inslee is visiting this part of Washington State today.
And a well-known medication for humans is now encouraged for dogs, coming up on Murrow News 8.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Chris Mitchell.
And I'm Gillis Williams. Welcome to Murrow News 8. WSU is supporting a bill that would expand educational opportunities for nurses addressing sexual assault situations in Eastern Washington. House Bill 1622 would require the WSU College of Nursing to establish a Sexual Assault Nurse Examiner, or SANE, training program. Director of State Relations Chris Mullick spoke in support of the bill in a House committee.
It's natural that we would be looked to for this. WSU is the largest producer of nurses in Washington, offering nursing education in some form or fashion in Spokane, Yakima, Walla Walla, the Tri-Cities, Vancouver, and Puyallup.
The State House unanimously approved the bill last month, and it is scheduled to be heard in committee in the Senate today.
According to Pullman Radio, David Sutherland has announced his campaign for assessor in Latah County. Sutherland had been Chief Deputy Assessor for 4 years, and Sutherland is running as a Republican.
Washington State is working to come up with a plan with other Washington public universities on how to move forward with face coverings. WSU lifted their mask mandate for large outdoor events following Governor Inslee's press conference last Thursday. On March 21st, face coverings will no longer be required in public spaces, such as schools, restaurants, or houses of worship. Places such as medical facilities and public transportation will still require masking.
Whitman County is awarding grant money to small businesses and nonprofits on the Palouse. 59 businesses in Whitman County are going through financial stress according to a recent county survey. Small businesses can still apply for these grants until March 1st, and the application is now closed for nonprofits, and their grants were awarded on February 8th.
Governor Jay Inslee is visiting Tri-Cities this afternoon to speak about homelessness throughout Washington State. He is meeting with community leaders from the area about how to invest state money towards new forms of affordable housing, in addition to policies regarding middle-range housing, such as duplexes and townhouses. This comes on the back of Governor Inslee's December 15th homelessness proposal.
New in the Holland Library Dimensions Lab is the state-of-the-art audio lab. It was built for the production of podcasts, music recordings, and sound for video. It's open for reservations from noon to 4 Monday through Friday. The Whisper Room, isolation booth, and studio desk has a powerful computer studio, monitors, audio interfaces, and several audio software programs such as Reaper Pro, Tools, Adobe Audition, and more. Reservations are available on the Dimensions Lab webpage at libraries.wsu.edu.
It looks like Viagra may also be a treatment for our beloved pets. Sildenafil, the generic version of the drug used to treat erectile dysfunction, could be a remedy for canines with megaesophagus, a disorder in which the esophagus dilates and loses the ability to move food to the stomach. The research conducted by WSU's College of Veterinary Medicine was published in the American Journal of Veterinary Research.
Kendrick Republican Robert Blair announced today his candidacy for the local Idaho State Senate seat this year. He has been substituting for State Senator Dan Johnson for this current legislative session, as the latter was elected Lewiston mayor last year. He is running for the post in the new local Idaho Legislative District 6, which now includes Latah County and parts of Nez Perce County.
WSU's College of Agricultural, Human, and Natural Resource Sciences will be offering a new scholarship for incoming Native American students, according to the Daily Evergreen. Incoming freshmen, transfers, and students with undeclared majors on all WSU campuses may apply, but need to fill out the general scholarship application. Visit native.wsu.edu for more information.
Will Whitman County be getting a new sheriff?
And a new weather advisory warning, this time not for snow. Next on Murrow News 8.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right. No employee of the month bonus check here. This guy, no. this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
The Whitman County Sheriff, Brett Myers, formally announced this morning that he will seek re-election in the upcoming primary election later this year. Myers has been serving as the Whitman County Sheriff since 2003. He grew up on the Palouse, attended public schooling in Pullman, and continued his education at WSU.
City crews worked Monday morning to clear snowy road conditions around the Spokane area. Snow and ice caused several car crashes Monday morning, and the Washington Department of Transportation asked drivers through their website and social media to slow down for conditions and to give plows plenty of space.
It's going to be a chilly night in Pullman. The National Weather Service has issued a wind chill advisory for the Palouse. The cold front is expected to bring wind chills of below 0 degrees. The advisory currently in place and will last through Wednesday morning, and the National Weather Service is advising local residents to limit their time outdoors during this time. And I think my hair froze a little bit as I walked to class today. Alex, how bad is the rest of the week going to look for us?
Well, Chris, I suggest if you have a nice warm hat to wear, that you wear it this week. Let's take a look at today's forecast. As we saw outside earlier, there were some clouds coming in, but we've had a lot of sun today. We have a high of 24 degrees and a low of 3, but what's really going to make that 3 degrees even colder is that wind chill that Chris was talking about. It's going to make it feel as cold as -6, so keep an eye out for those 14-mile-an-hour winds from the east because it's going to be chilly, so make sure you bundle up. Today we had a sunrise at 6:40 a.m. and sunset at 5:26. Let's take a look at tomorrow's forecast. It's going to be sunny most of the day. However, in the evening, the clouds are going to start rolling in. We have a 20% chance of snow. We have a high of 23 degrees and a low of 13 tomorrow, and 8-mile-an-hour winds from the west. 6:38 a.m. sunrise and a 5:26 p.m. sunset. So those days are starting to get longer. Let's take a look at the state forecast over here in Olympia. They have clouds today, as per usual, for the west side of the state. 36-degree high and a 21-degree low. Seattle is going to be fairly similar. We have a 35-degree high, 22-degree low. And if we head on over back to the east side, down in Yakima, they're getting about as much sun as we are today. They have a 28-degree high and a 9-degree low. And Tri-Cities, a little bit more snow than the rest of us here on the east side at 31-degree high and a 15-degree low. And then over here in Spokane, we have pretty similar weather to Pullman, actually. 21-degree high, 4-degree low, lots of sun. And let's take a look at the forecast for the rest of the week. I'm going to step out of the way. Tomorrow, again, we have those sunny skies. Snow starts to come in the evening, and that snow chance will last until Thursday morning. There's about a 20% chance, and then later on in Thursday, it'll start to clear up. Friday, a little bit more sunshine, and the temperatures are coming up to about 32 degrees, and even up higher to 39 on Saturday, 44 on Sunday, but those clouds are going to start coming back in. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you, and back to the desk.
Wow, it's just like, wow, it just reminded me of late December, early January again when it was just so cold and snowy. I remember all the passes were closed during that time. It's definitely taking me back to a couple months ago.
I know, it's looking like the groundhog was right. But coming up, the outlook of last week of the regular season for WSU basketball.
Our reporter, Jackie Smith, with the details next.
Days, months,
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
years,
I'd like to give you this.
a lifetime can rush by without realizing what we're missing. We lose some of the best moments, some that may never repeat,
Come on.
or detach from people around us. Our loved ones grow used to this pattern, but it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. never too late to live a full life again. Hear how many of us Vietnam veterans have managed our mental health and reconnected with our families. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
I'm Jackie Smith with today's sports. The WSU's men's basketball team faced a loss Sunday night against Southern California, moving the Trojans to number 17 past Washington State. The Trojans had the lead most of the first half, jumping to 16-6 in just 5 minutes. But the Cougars worked their magic and took the lead 32-28 at halftime. And they held this advantage almost until the end of the game at 60-57 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. USC scored the final 5 points, winning the game. But the WSU team will have a chance to redeem themselves against University of Washington for the Boeing Apple Cup Series this Wednesday at 8 p.m. And the women's basketball team had a successful senior day after beating top 10 ranked Arizona 72-67 on Sunday. Junior Johanna Tedder was one of the stars of the show, scoring 21 points and hitting 5 3-pointers and being just one of 4 players to score double digits for the Cougars, with this win bringing the Cougs 10-5 in Pac-12 play. Washington State ties the program record for the most Pac-12 conference wins in a season. Washington is now sitting in a tie for second place in the Pac-12 standing as they enter the final week of the regular season. And as one season comes to an end, another is just kicking up. Washington State women's soccer team has released their spring schedule. The Cougars will play 5 times during the exhibition season, including 4 times in Pullman. To open up the spring season, the Cougs will host their Palouse rival, Idaho, March 9th. And due to Pullman's crazy winter weather possibilities, the location of home games is yet to be determined. And the Washington State men's golf team finished in 6th place at its first spring tournament. The Cougars concluded the John Burns Intercollegiate, scoring .291 in the 3rd round to finish the tournament. New Mexico claimed that title, the team title, at the Invitational. The men's golf team will be back March 6th through the 8th to play in the Brandon Dunes Championship in Bend, Oregon.
Thanks, Jackie. Today marks the anniversary of a big United States win that traces back over 3 decades.
What that entails coming up next.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Hey, thanks for your patience. Thank you so much.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
Today marks the 42nd anniversary of the Miracle on Ice. The United States hockey team upset the Soviet Union 4-3 on February 22, 1980 in Lake Placid, New York. The American team was a true underdog as they were all amateur players, with NHL players not being considered at this time. Not to mention that the Soviet Union was considered by many to be the best team in the world. I don't know about you, Gillis, but it's been a long time since I've seen Miracle or even just any hockey movie.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, although I'm not much of that kind of hockey fan, you know, it's kind of like it's one of those really cool, interesting things to really think about.
Yeah, growing up in Connecticut, hockey was like really everywhere. There were rinks, and that's what you went and did for fun.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you for watching. If you missed this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at nwpb.org/MN8, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night.